Today we're going to take some language from a student's lesson and use Python to find a specific structure. So, where is the language? Here it is in Skype. So, to physically take the language here, we copy, and then we can paste it in there. So here we have the language from the lesson. What's the specific structure that we want? The specific structure is the superlative, or for example, most important. So how can we do this physically with our mouse? We look at this first line. Our body is used to cold the weather. No. Next one, what's the tastiest food that you've eaten? Yes, so we leave it. The tastiest food I've eaten. That's the superlative, the tastiest. The funniest, what is it about? No. So this is a process that's a little bit slow. How can we use Python to write some code and the code will do the same process? Let's put it into a Python document as a string. My string. Now, one little secret, if you have one line, for example, this one, it's enough to put one lot of inverted commas. However, if you have two or more lines, for example, with this string, if I put here, then you can see this is not green. So how can I make all the string green? Well, 1, 2, 3. At the beginning, 1, 2, 3. You can see it's green there. And at the end, 1, 2, 3. And there, that's normal. So we have a string now. Wonderful. One secret of Python, if you have my string here and then the string on the next line, what will happen? Let's look. Let's print my string. It doesn't like it. Okay, so we need to put this on the next line, and now it works. Print my string. So how can we find our specific grammar structure? Well, if you remember, the specific grammar structure is the superlative. And what do we know about the superlative? Let's have a look. This one is the superlative, the tastiest. This one here, what is the most interesting? And both these sentences have the. Every superlative has the. So, to find the superlative in the line, we need to find the. Let's look at normal English. What would we say in normal English to talk about this process? We would say, look at the line. If the line has the, then please print the line. That's the normal English. Let's see if it works in Python. First, let's take one line. Let's say this one. The tastiest food I've eaten is. And let's call it a one-line variable, the string. And then try and use our normal English. So here's our normal English. Look at the line. But let's have a look at one line. If one line has the, then print one line. Ready? I'm going to press F5. Invalid syntax. No, we need to change the words to make it Python language. So what is the Python language? If the, in, and you can see these are orange words. The orange tells you that these are special words. If the in one line, and then we need the colon, print one line. And there is our Python language. It's exactly the same. It says, in one line, this is one line here. If you see the, here's the, we already know, then print one line. Now let's try it again. Are you ready? Hooray! There it is. The tastiest food I have eaten is. Let's try it with one more line. Let's take something with no the. For example, what is it about? One line is what is it about? So again, it's the same. Look in one line, what is it about? If you see the, print one line. So we know there's no the. Let's see what happens. Dum-ba-dum-ba-dum. Yes, there's nothing there. There's nothing. Okay, so to do this, we just have to have one line. 1 is equal to the first one. Then one line 2. Oh. Okay, so I have to do this string for each line, and then I also have to do the code down the bottom for each line. I think maybe Python has a different way of doing this. Yes, it does. We can put these lines in something called a list. My list. The first thing you need to know about a list is it has these square brackets. And then, to make our list, we take one of our items, put it in there and put a comma. Then we take our next item and put it in there and a comma. Then our next item, monastery, we put it in there. Let's have 2 items to start, like this. Okay, so you can see here we have my list, and it has 2 items. The first one is this string, what's the tastiest food that you've eaten, and the second one is this string. So what's the code we can write? So in normal English, let's see what it looks like in Python. So in Python English, we have for each string in my list, and then the colon, 2 dots. And then we have the same thing here from our last code. If the in each string, then print. Okay, a Python secret, you can't have 2 words that aren't together. So we can do this, or we can do that, and now they're together. So for each string in my list, if the in each string, print, not one line, print each string. So this is telling Python, in my list, look at each string. This is a string here, this is a string here. If you see the in each string, so first this one and then the next one, then print that string. Let's see, time to press F5. Oh dear, unexpected and indented block. Okay. It's very important in Python that you put each thing in the correct position. So if after this colon, if we put if there, it's not going to work. It needs to be there. And then after this colon, let's see, boom, aha, we need to be here. So there we go. Now I'm in that correct spot. Let's try again. F5 time. Yay! What's the tastiest food that you've eaten? So it looked at each string number 1 and saw the and printed. Then it looked at each string number 2 and it didn't print monastery because there's no the. So now what we need to do is make a list with all of those lines from our text, my string. Let's go. Yeah, this is taking a long time. But what do you think? Python has a special secret. So Python can do this and not us. What is the special secret? Take that away, boom, and my list. It's very easy. We take my string, we put my string dot split lines. Okay, what does that mean, split lines? Split lines. Okay, so that means to to divide the lines, to split the lines. Very logical, Python, thank you. So let's print my list. What happens to this my string when we split lines? Print my list. Whoa! So you can see, look, there is the square bracket of a list, square bracket. There is the first body's used to, and a comma. What's the tasty food you've eaten? And a comma. So by using this split lines, here dot split lines, two brackets, this automatically splits the lines and gives us the wonderful list. And now we can use our code to go through that list. So again, for each string in my list, here is my list, and this is what it looks like for this string, and then the next string, and then the next string. For each string in my list, if the in each string, print each string. So let's see. Let's see. Oh, there we go. Look at that. What's the tastiest food you have eaten? The tastiest food I have eaten is. What's the most interesting place? The funniest. Yay! But wait, there's no superlative in this one. We're looking for the, and Python saw the in weather. So it's a very good job. There's a little bit we need to fix. We can write some more code, but I think for today that's enough. Let's copy that, paste it in here, and then we only have to take away one line.